Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Thursday, everybody. Happy Thursday, Stevie.
Hey, happy TBOY Thursday.
T-boy.
Yeah.
Can't forget that, right?
Yes, no.
I just forgot to wear my shirt today. Sorry about that, everybody. But we have Joe with us today.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. It's great to be here.
Yes, excited to be here with you.
Happy Thursday, Joe.
Happy Thursday.
How are you?
I'm excellent.
Great.
Excellent.
Thank you so much for coming out Saturday.
Oh, it was amazing.
I'm glad you
amazing.
enjoyed
The
it.
models were fantastic and beautiful, and all of the designers. I wanted to buy everything, not necessarily for me to wear, but for others, other beautiful women in my life to wear. It was really stunning.
Thank you so much. They really had some great things.
Yes.
They did. And it was such a pleasure to see you out there.
Thank
so
you.
Again, thank
it was
you
a beautiful
so
setting. You, even with all of the rain, you made magic happen. So kudos to you. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. So we're happy to have you here today.
Thank you.
And congratulations to you.
Thanks. I'm excited.
July 1st will be here before you know it.
Just a couple weeks away.
That's exciting.
It's very exciting.
So tell us about some of the things that you want to do here in the city.
Well, probably the most important thing is I want to continue to build relationships with people. Okay. One of the things I heard over and over again was this sense of disconnection with city government, and wanting to feel like people living in the city wanting to feel like they are part of the energy and collective wisdom of our city. And so I want to continue finding ways individually and encouraging council to find ways to meet with people and to continue to build those relationships. We know we're not going to agree on everything.
Exactly.
But we all have unique gifts and strengths that we bring to the city to make it what it is. And I think we also believe in our potential together. And if we can find creative ways to build on that potential, then I think we'll make our city even stronger than it is.
Absolutely.
So.
I love that I see you walking around here, Gainsboro.
That
I love
means
Gainsboro so much. You have no idea. The fact that you take the time to do that and familiarize yourself with the people in the area, that really means a lot.
Well, thank you.
And
Gainsboro Library is my favorite library. I went on a walking tour recently with Jordan Bell, who's doing great work to reclaim some of the history. I get to talk with Mr. Chubb a lot about Henry Street, and one of the things that really introduced me to the history of Gainsboro was years ago when I was working for a homeless service agency here in Roanoke. We used to have memorial services out at the Coiner Springs Cemetery, which is out in Botetourt County, off of 460. And there are 3 big stones out there that have been erected. And so one day I led that service, and I intentionally took us to walk around each one. And I noticed that 2 of them referred to the old City Farm Cemetery that used to be where Virginia Western is now, and the bodies had been just en masse removed from there and transplanted out at the cemetery. And then I noticed another stone that said 933 bodies were moved from Old Lick Cemetery to make room for 581 and the new Roanoke Civic Center, according to ordinance ... And I thought, that has to be the worst epitaph I have ever read for the removal of bodies to make way for buildings and interstates. And then I learned about urban renewal through the book Root Shock, and then the history. And so part of the reason that it's so important for me to walk here is, in my way, to be able to listen to those voices, the ancestors, the spirits who are still very much here, and find ways to tell those stories, because that's a part of our rich history that's not told a lot.
Exactly. And we'll talk about that in just a few.
Great.
We'll be right back, everybody.
Who is N. Wesley Pugsley Jr. and Associates CPA.
We are a full-service CPA firm with over 25 years experience in audit, tax, bookkeeping, payroll, including direct deposit, setting a 501c3 nonprofit status, preparing loan packages, and much more. Since tax season is right around the corner, our focus today will be on taxes. We have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau.
What sets your CPA firm apart from other CPA tax preparers?
Technology. When I started in public accounting in the early 1980s, there were no computers or fax machines. Everything was face-to-face meetings. With the advent of computers, the internet, and cloud-based software, we can communicate with any client from anywhere in the country. With our portal technology, which is similar to online banking, you just sign into our secure website, upload your tax document, you scan to your C drive, and we prepare your return. We've prepared taxes for over 15 different states in the past 3 years, from California to New York. We have the state tax software for all states. With Skype being on phones and Facebook, we can meet with you face-to-face in the comfort of your home.
It appears times are changing.
I call this the year of enlightenment. Many Americans are seeing the advantages of supporting community-based businesses. We are here to serve you, not just because we're a community-based firm, but because we have the experience. We know we can serve your needs.
How are you giving back?
If you mention the Renaissance Academy when we prepare your taxes, 5% of your tax prep fee will be donated by our firm to this organization. The Renaissance Academy is a program designed to engage middle and high school African American males in a series of college trips, community service, job shadowing, workshops, and events promoting academic and social and financial skills. See their website for more information.
We're back. So, Joe, we were just talking a little bit about the history here in Gainsboro. And again, I just think it's amazing that you take the time to really get to know what's been going on here. A lot of people don't do that, you know. And it's sad because even some of our people have just kind of just given up. But there's so much here. Yeah. So much. As you said, we want to give it more energy. Yes. Bring the energy through.
Yeah. I was just saying that it's great to have a vibrant downtown.
Right.
And the energy of that. But if we can't carry that energy outside of downtown into all of the corridors and spokes of our city, if you will, I think that's where our challenge lies. How do we transfer that energy so that wherever you're walking, you just feel that vibe? You know, I remember reading in Root Shock, which described urban renewal, in one of the first chapters, Richard Chubb, who's still with us and so passionate about reclaiming the history here. He used one word to describe the energy of Henry Street when it was so vibrant, and that word was neon. It was so alive, and I think we don't need any part of our city to be a ghost town. No. We need it to be alive with spirit, with energy, with enthusiasm, even with the painful history. There are ways to talk about that history and bring healing to that history that can contribute to a new energy for our city. And so to the degree that we can do that and that City Council can help initiate that, it is really important to me.
You just said something powerful, healing, right? It needs to be healed. So where can we start trying to heal the wounds of Gainsboro?
I think we have to acknowledge the painful history and not be afraid to talk about it.
Right.
You know, people that are elders now lived through it.
Oh yeah.
They saw houses being bulldozed, businesses being burned to the ground, lives being traumatized. And I think we need to have the courage as a city to talk about that history, to raise up those voices of people who made Roanoke what it was and who can still make Roanoke what it is becoming.
Exactly.
And I think there are very tangible things we can do to bring healing. I often think of the truth and reconciliation work that South Africa did with apartheid. And I think there are local models that we can use to help make that happen. But what I would love to see is a group of people who are really interested in addressing healing to just come together and start a conversation about how can we do this? What would this look like? How can we engage the city as a whole? Because then you're going to have to address a lot of uncomfortable issues. But if we can create a safe environment to do that, then I think it could be transformative.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it does take a team effort to do that. One person can't do that.
Right, exactly.
It takes a team. So we commend you definitely for what you're trying to accomplish and do.
Thank you.
We do appreciate that. And Vice Mayor, wow.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a shocker. I mean, I felt optimistic because just in talking with people, I felt like I had a lot of support throughout the city, but I had no idea until the votes started coming in how that translated. And then to be the highest vote getter was just very humbling and an extraordinary honor. So I'm very excited about that.
That is exciting. That is exciting. So how did you start your whole campaign process? Did you go out and knock on doors? What exactly did you do for your campaigning?
Well, my campaign started because I was going to move to LA.
Oh, wow.
Last fall. I had been offered a job at the founding church of our denomination, Metropolitan Community Churches, and I'd actually accepted it.
Okay.
And I came back here, and there were just things that didn't jive, internally, externally. And what I discovered was that Roanoke is my home. I've been here 17 years. So once I realized that and had that awareness, I began to think, how can I make a larger impact in the city that's related to justice work, to advocacy, to really building relationships with people, and raising up diversity and inclusion. And so I decided to run for office. And the two things that were most important to me were knocking on doors and meeting people where they live and work and play, and putting up yard signs.
Awesome.
Because if you see a sign in your neighbor's yard, you're immediately like, who is that? So those were the two things that were my priorities. And then I also created conversations, community conversations about different topics. And one that was really special to me was when we talked about helping our kids thrive, and we talked about the realities in Roanoke around the strengths that we have for our children in helping them thrive, but also the barriers and the fact that we have a 23% poverty rate.
Yeah.
We cannot grow as a city economically if we do not address our poverty rate.
Absolutely.
And it can't keep going up. It's got to come down.
It's got to come down.
So we talked about how to address those barriers, how to acknowledge that a lot of our kids live with trauma, and that comes from a lot of different directions. And so how to talk about that and become a trauma-informed city. And we've got some great nonprofit organizations and even Roanoke City Schools working on that.
That's awesome.
So it was the combination of those things, knocking on doors, one-on-one conversations, yard signs, and these community conversations that really were energizing for me, and I think resulted in getting to know a lot of people.
Well, it definitely worked for you.
It did.
It worked for you.
I do have a question. This has been a great interview, but I do have a question. I definitely want to ask, because a lot of people who are watching our feed are not citizens of the city.
Right.
What would be the thing that you would say as Vice Mayor to draw them into the city? Like, why should they visit?
Roanoke is beautiful in terms of its natural landscape. We're in the mountains. We have an incredible river that runs through the city. We have great access in terms of outdoor amenities. So for people who love the outdoors, this is a great place to come. This is a great place for arts and music, live music. So there's a great vibe here. And what I find is that when people come here and check out our amazing restaurants, our art scene, our fashion scene, our music scene, our outdoor scene, and our unique neighborhoods, the cost of living here is amazing. People can come from a larger city where they're just barely making ends meet, and they can buy a house here.
Oh yeah.
And thrive. And so the job market is pretty strong. I think we can make it stronger for people looking for work. But those are some of the things that are attractive, I think, for people just wanting to check out Roanoke and come get a taste of it and sense some of the flavor of it.
On that note, we'll be right back.
This summer vacation, find adventure at Apple Ridge Farm Academic Summer Camp. Exciting hands-on experiences for 6 to 16-year-olds with daily learning and outdoor fun. Kids love the hiking, climbing towers, zip lines, high and low ropes courses, swimming, and tennis. Moms like that their kids are learning programming, reading, music, and environmental education and leadership skills. Free to qualifying youth with sliding scale fees also available. For more information, including free health screenings, visit appleridge.org or call. Apple Ridge Farm, helping kids grow since 1978.
I matter because I have a voice that can travel to the people that don't think they matter. Tell them why they do matter. That there's something bigger out here, that we are fighting for change, you feel me? Everything going on here, we can do something about. If you don't like it, you can change it. And that's why I matter and we all matter.
We're back. So Stevie, you wanted to read something, right?
Yes.
Okay.
There's this phenomenal quote on JoeCobb that I think really wraps up all of this that we've been talking about today. And it says, I believe our greatest calling as human beings is to love one another by honoring and celebrating what makes us unique and by discovering what we can create together. And my message in my book is rocking your it factor. I talk about cultivating your it factor.
Yes.
And I love that. So I think that really is who you are, you know, and that's, you talk about equality, inclusion, all of these great things. So I'm excited that you were here. And yeah.
Thank you so much for the honor of being with you today and celebrating the power of love, because it really transforms everything. Thank you both.
Thank you. You know what I like about you, and I've only known you maybe 10 minutes, is that you are truly genuine, and I pick up on that, and I really appreciate that about you.
Thank you so much.
So thank you for being genuine.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you both.
Do you have any closing shout outs, comments?
I think you summed it up great. I really think that if we can find ways to love each other, that will transform our relationships and bring healing and hope and possibility to our city.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Well, Joe, thank you so much for being here with us today.
My pleasure.
It has been an honor. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we'll be right back.
This summer vacation, find adventure at Apple Ridge Farm Academic Summer Camp. Exciting hands-on experiences for 6 to 16-year-olds with daily learning and outdoor fun. Kids love the hiking, climbing towers, zip lines, high and low ropes courses, swimming, and tennis. Moms like that their kids are learning programming, reading, music, and environmental education and leadership skills. Free to qualifying youth with sliding scale fees also available. For more information, including free health screenings, visit appleridge.org or call. Apple Ridge Farm, helping kids grow since 1978.
Hello, I am Zariah Bell. What happens when stories are left out of history? This summer, stories will be put in their proper place. A community of people who built institutions such as the Clayton Memorial Clinic, Burrow Memorial Hospital, Harrison School, Addison School, and many more. We sustain streets such as Henry Street, Gainsboro Road, Patton Avenue, and Gilmer Avenue. Gainsboro Revisited will go into detail with interviews from the people who directly impacted the community of Gainsboro and Northeast. They will give the stories of how their families made an impact on the community and city. They will explain what once was and what happened to it. Churches, businesses, homes were destroyed. Land was taken for what would later be known as urban renewal. Who was responsible? What was taken? Why would this happen? Who benefited? And is it happening today? This documentary was the inspiration of Jordan Bell. Growing up in Roanoke, he wondered why the things his grandmother, aunt, and mother said was in Gainsboro aren't there now. So he started to research. Civil rights, education, law, business, medical, religion, and all have a special story in Roanoke. With the help of many, those stories will be told. Thank you.
I matter because I help people every day learn about their medications and their health, and I matter because I'm a human and every life matters.
All right, we're back. Nev.
Good morning.
Hey.
Hello.
Good. How you doing, Nev?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you all?
Doing well. It was great to see you this weekend.
I know, the show was amazing.
Thank you.
Yes, me and Baraka, we really enjoyed it.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
We had some issues that night because, we got rained on a little bit.
Right.
We had everything decorated. We got rained on a little bit. So then we were taking all the decorations off. And then when people were coming into the show, we were decorating again. So.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Well, you couldn't tell.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. But I thought it was phenomenal.
It was really good. It was beautiful too.
It was nice to see the ladies 40 and over doing their thing. So
great designers as well.
Yeah. So yesterday, Stevie and I were talking a little bit about why 50% of the marriages end in divorce. Why do you think that is? Because we were continuing to talk today. We didn't get to really finish it out yesterday.
Well, one of my main things is communication. Did you all talk about that yesterday?
No.
If you don't have communication, you really don't have anything.
Right.
That's basically the foundation of a relationship, period. It's important to communicate and being able to communicate to each other, the way you feel and be able to express yourself.
Exactly.
So what were some of the things that you all were saying?
I think we were primarily talking about people not being ready, like mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and
then pressured.
Yeah,
Some people feel pressured.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
Yeah.
You wait to be married because marriage is a whole lot. I'm not married yet, but I have siblings who are married, and I look at all of them. I have great examples of marriages, and it takes time.
Yeah. But I think it's like nowadays people just say, okay, we're not getting along, I'm getting a divorce. Boom, and back in the day, they used to fight harder for their marriages. To me, they kind of just come and go now.
Well, now marriage is basically like a relationship. We'll get married and we'll have, I think everybody think the thought of being married is just this glamorous thing.
Right.
But it takes more in a marriage to make a marriage work. So, and you have to be able to know the things that makes your marriage work. Everybody's marriage is totally different. So I can pick up pointers from my brothers and sisters and the examples that I have, but my marriage wouldn't be the same as theirs.
Right.
So I have to govern, me and my husband will govern our marriage according to how we are.
And be okay with that. Because a lot of times people aren't okay with that, and a lot of times people let their family intervene a lot.
Oh yeah.
They let their family intervene a lot, and they're not okay with, this is us. You know, this is me, and it takes, I think, and I think yesterday for me, a lot of what I was saying was definitely that my family would have to get along with this person. I've dated guys, and my mom could tell you that I've dated guys. My mom was like, if y'all get married, I am not coming to the wedding. But she meant that, like, my mom was a very straight shooter. Oh, yeah. And she meant that, and I was like, okay. And at that point, I didn't realize. I was like, okay, then, well, fine. And then I was like, nah, I'm playing, because I wouldn't. The bond that my mom and I have is really special. I'm like, it must be something wrong with him if my mama doesn't like him. She loves my current boyfriend, which is funny, because she's never liked one before. And it's like, so that teaches me that, okay, he's a great guy. I know he's a great guy, but for her to like, because she's very particular. But I think that also, like you were saying, communication, money, and really sex, people are not, my pastor says this, he was like, I can't keep the single people out of bed and the married people in the bed. That's what, and so those.
Well, you know, I took my last class that I had for this course. I took a class on healthy sexuality, and it covered all bases of being sexual, and it talked about marriage, people, you know, losing the flame of being having sex, and a lot of it was built on when you're the excitement of it. So you have to remember, when you get married, continue to keep the excitement, of what, you know, appease both of you all, and what you like, what he like, and both of you. But it comes to communication. Absolutely. If you don't communicate that, then your partner will never know.
True.
And just because you're married, that doesn't mean that you remove that away from each. That's when you're actually supposed to be enjoying it.
Yes, yes.
So,
Coach E came in the room. Hey, Coach E. Hello to all of you.
How you doing?
Hello.
So, yeah, I think it's something that happens, I think, when we don't communicate. It all goes back to communication. Because if I don't communicate with you before, like, I had this interesting conversation with my boyfriend last night. And I'm like, oh, I thought, because I am very much, I thought I told you this. Because in my mind I did, and I might not finish the thought, so everybody gets on me about that. But I'm like, oh, I thought we talked about this. And he's like, no, we didn't. And I'm like, okay, I have to be a better communicator, and I have to be better with understanding as well, because people who know me know on Wednesday night I watch Clean Sugar, Empire. Like, people know that about me. But he works for a political party doing their graphic design, and he's been at work because it's election season. I'm like, oh, let me take the time to talk to him and not worry about what's happening on the TV. And that's the thing. So I think communication is just the foundation of it all.
Absolutely.
It is, and it's really too. It's knowing your mate. Me, I think I'm basically sometimes the easiest girlfriend that you can have. We don't have to talk all day, every day.
Right.
Because I stay too busy. So we can text each other in between. If we call or talk to each other, it's not something that it's a must that I have to talk to you throughout the whole day.
Right.
No, I'm working. You need to be working too. You know, somebody but that's me. I'm not a clingy type female. I let you do you, you know, I'm going to do what I have to do. However, when it is time for us to spend time with each other, I do expect, you know, when we say, okay, this is what we're doing, that we spend the time that we have set aside with each other to help each other. Right. But I'm just not one of those, yeah, I don't have to ask you where you at, where you been.
I need to know where you at, where you going. No.
Yeah, because I don't want you to do that to me. Yeah. And then you have to understand that, you know, in everything that I do, I'm around males all the time. So you have to be able to trust me that just because I'm around males, that don't mean that I am messing with, you know, somebody that I'm around. Exactly. And the same goes for him. He's around females all the time. I expect him to respect me wherever you are. Just respect me, and I trust you to be who you are.
I think respect is definitely a key factor. You have to have that respect in there in order for it to work. You have to.
You have to.
On that note, we'll be right back. The D&Z Insurance Agency. You need insurance? Come see Nadia Z. You need life insurance? Come see Nadia Z. You need auto insurance? Come see Nadia Z. You need home insurance? Come see Nadia Z. You need commercial insurance? Come see Nadia Z. You need renters insurance? Come see Nadia Z. Entrepreneurs, you know we need that business insurance. Come see Nadia Z. You said you need it all? Come see Nadia Z. Nadia Z Insurance Agency. Online, on the World Wide Web at www.nadiaz.com. You can see her in person at 325 North Jefferson Street, right here in Roanoke, Virginia. Or, guess what? You can call her at 1-800-937-837. All right, y'all.
We're back.
We get back so quickly around here. But shouts out to his commercials. I think y'all entrepreneurs and professional people need to get your commercial on as well. I heard of some great advertising packages, and advertising is key to your success. Because if nobody knows how great you are, you're not making money, honey.
That's true. That is so true.
So, but long distance, yes. So I am in a committed long distance relationship. How does that happen, Stevie? I don't know. It's the Lord. It is truly God. Because it's been, I was looking yesterday at my calendar. I'm like, dang, I hadn't seen him in 4 months.
Oh, wow.
That's a long time.
That is a long time.
It's a long time. But every weekend, I have something to do. He works, I'm here during the week. He's at work during the week. And every weekend, our weekends have not aligned. I'll see him next weekend, thank God. But when I was younger, I couldn't have done that. I couldn't have done that. And people are like, how does it work? How do y'all stay interested and engaged? I'm like, I've known him since I was 18 years old. So,
how long have you been in your relationship with him?
2 years.
2 years.
Well, no, a year and some months.
Okay.
Like a year and some months, maybe 2 months, 3 months. It's,
but you stay busy, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have that open gap time to.
Yeah.
Because you stay on the go.
Yeah.
So if you didn't stay on the go and stay busy, then you'll have more time to say, oh, well, you know, I miss you. Or
and those moments, they get there. Like, they have been there because, you know, they get there and I'm like, Lord. That's when I draw more into my work. And I think, like I was saying, this is his busy season. He's definitely at work. So it's like, okay, we got to understand that. And I was talking to him last night and I was like, this is how I'm feeling. And I think because he is my friend, I'm able to tell him.
With him, right.
I'm like, this is the guy who knew everything about me, from the guys who hurt me to the guys this and that. He knows everything about me. So he's like, and I was scared of that, dating him. Like, that's when you communicate too much. I was scared of him knowing that. And he was like, I never used that against you, did I?
Right.
And that was huge for me. So I think really, like you said, I think understanding who you are as a mate and who they are as a mate. Because everybody's like, 4 months. I didn't realize that till I was like, oh, dang, I haven't seen you since February. That's crazy. Like,
do y'all FaceTime each other, though?
We do.
See, so that helps, too.
Definitely. Definitely.
Modern technology is a blessing, but it's nothing like that quality time.
The physical
and knowing your love language, too.
Right.
I believe in the love languages. I believe everybody needs to take that test.
Love languages.
Where do you find the love languages at?
Lovelanguages.com, I think. Or you could just Google love languages, but I think it's lovelanguages.com.
Okay.
And I'm words affirmation. So how people talk to me is very huge. And when they talk to me, and he's physical touch, which is interesting in a long distance relationship, but we make it work.
Okay. Well, good for you. You know, if it works for you, shout out to you. That's awesome. Yes. And then what else they were saying was about the prenups. Now, because there's so many marriages ending in divorce, do you think that's why prenups are at an all-time high?
I don't believe in prenups. I really don't. Because the thing is, if we're getting married, I don't plan on being with anybody else.
Right.
I take that, you know, as a serious thing. That's why I guess I'm not married yet. But that's something that I vow and I look at to be sacred.
Right.
So what's mine is yours, and what's yours is mine. So why, if we did split up, if what was mine was yours and what's yours is mine, why are we dictating who's going to get what at the end? Because I'm pretty sure you didn't get to where you are by yourself.
Exactly.
You know, being the woman that I am, I'm going to help you get to where you need to go.
Exactly.
And I would hope that my mate will get me to where I am. So basically, we're helping each other. So when we build what we have built it together. So we're entitled to enjoy it together.
Do you think that's more of a men thing, throwing those prenups out there, or more of a woman thing?
I don't know, because you have some women who say, well, you know, I have a whole lot and he don't have anything. So if you already know what you're getting into when you get, because you know what you're getting into when you get married.
Absolutely.
You know if he's a go-getter,
you
or
hopefully know what you're getting into.
Which
you hopefully do.
Which means take some time to learn somebody. Yeah.
Don't be in a rush
to get married. Because marriage is work.
Marriage is work. Marriage is work.
Marriage is work.
You have to take the time
to make it work.
Make it work.
You're not going to always get along with each other.
No. But, you know, I just think that people need to really, really take that into consideration.
They do.
You know, because in the old days, that's what they did.
Yeah.
They made it work.
They made it work.
Through sickness
and health.
And that's it.
All right.
On that note, we'll be right back, everybody.
Hello, I am Zariah Bell. What happens when stories are left out of history? This summer, stories will be put in their proper place. A community of people who built institutions such as the Clayton Memorial Clinic, Borough Memorial Hospital, Harrison School, Addison School, and many more. Resustained streets such as Henry Street, Gainsboro Road, Patton Avenue, and Gilmer Avenue. Gainsboro Revisited will go into detail with interviews from the people who directly impacted the community of Gainsboro and Northeast. They will give the stories of how their families made an impact on the community and city. They will explain what once was and what happened to it. Churches, businesses, homes were destroyed. Land was taken for what would later be known as urban renewal. Who was responsible? What was taken? Why would this happen? Who benefited? And is it happening today? This documentary was the inspiration of Jordan Bell. Growing up in Roanoke, he wondered why the things his grandmother, aunt, and mother said was in Gainsboro aren't there now. So he started to research. Civil rights, education, law, business, medical, religion, and all have a special story in Roanoke. With the help of many, those stories will be told. Thank you.
We're back. So, Stevie.
Yes, ma'am.
It has been fun today. Neff, it has been fun today.
Yes, it has.
What are your final thoughts of our day today?
Happy Father's Day to all the fathers.
Definitely.
That's coming up this weekend. Don't forget the Troy Daniels camp is next Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from 8 to 3. So we're looking forward towards that. We thank Zaxby's because they're a humongous sponsor of the program, and they will be applying the kids' lunch.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yes. So my thing is, have a great week. It doesn't cost anything to be kind to someone. So, you know, tell your fathers that you love them, even though situations may be rocky. That's still your dad.
Exactly.
So, you know, let them know that you love them. Right.
Yeah.
Stevie, your final thoughts?
Thank you, Vice Mayor Joe Cobb. You are awesome. I know you rock your it factor. I hope you enjoy your book. And I love it. I love this conversation that we've been having about relationships, because I'm learning. I am learning. So I'm in the process. Lord Jesus, help us all. But I'm excited about, just like you said, Father's Day. I love my daddy. Anybody who knows me knows I am a daddy's and mama's girl. So I'm excited about Father's Day coming up. And yeah. Guys, make it a great day. Do not have a great day. Make it a great day. Why? Because you. And yes, you too have the power to do so. And I want to see y'all on July 7th, TBOY Thursday. Yes.
Absolutely. Definitely a shout out to Joe Cobb. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for coming to Focus Fashion Timeless. We appreciate you, and I'm sure you'll continue to do great things in the city. Shout out to Neff. We love having Neff on Thursdays.
Thank you
Neff
for
is
having
our
me.
girl. So definitely shout out to you. We love your spirit.
Yeah. Thank you,
Thank
ladies.
you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Shout out to Roanoke. Shout out to Philly. Shout out to Jersey. And of course, if your birthday is today, happy birthday to you. And definitely shout out to the whole Focus Radio team. On that note, we will see you tomorrow. God bless.
God bless.
There's a book called Roll Jordan Roll by Eugene Genovese, and he talks in that book about what it means to be African American, what it means to be black, what does it mean to experience slavery. He talks about slavery in a different perspective. He talks about it in the sense where slavery is paternalistic. It was something that was a domain, and people went with what they knew to be correct. That's much to the likes of African Americans today. We are born in systems, we're born in communities, and we're born in environments that causes us to react in a certain way, and it depletes the opportunity for exposure, meaning we can't think beyond our level of exposure. Rather, I mean, this is clear. Dr. Jeff Goddard writes this book called The Love Prescription, and in it he talks about PTSD, but post-traumatic slave disorder. We as African Americans, we take on a license of blame. We take on the suspension of accountability. We no longer are accountable for our own actions. No, we do not take responsibility for them. We play the blame game, and when we play the blame game, there's no action, there's no progression, there's a reciprocal nature of just nothingness. There's an old saying that excuses are tools of incompetence used to build mountains of nothingness, and those that use them seldom accomplish anything. I believe that to be true. There's a lot of things that we can do as a people that will get us off of that hiatus of complacency. You know, if we truly just look at each other and give each other a hand out, that hand out can become a hand up. Why? People say don't give a hand out. No. We need to do that because we've been doing enough of the stealing from one another. What do you mean stealing from one another? Well, then we rob each other of our potential when we don't give the next person a little gem of who we are that can empower them, that can ignite them to go on and do something different, to do something, period.